Welcome to episode 1 of our 2026 AI Video Beginner course. Quick word first on why we're making this. Over the past year, I've watched way too many people get scared off by overcomplicated workflows or just by how many models are out there. That shouldn't happen. AI is a tool, not some new class barrier. Whether you're a student, working a 9-to-5, or a creator, you have every right to this skill. So this whole course is free and open. No paywall. All right, let's dive in. Now, you'd expect episode 1 to open with a pile of models and theory. I'm not going to do that. For episode 1, I want you actually using this, the fastest, simplest way possible. So today, how to do text to video properly and generate your first usable shot. Before we type a single word, let's spend 30 seconds on what the model is actually doing. Every text-to-video model today runs on the same foundation, a diffusion model. In plain English, the AI isn't imagining a story in its head. By training on massive amounts of data, it's simply learned to map the meaning of your text onto matching pixel motion, light and shadow, which means AI video generation is a process that needs high certainty. Every word you type is one more constraint you're placing on a probability model. I see a lot of prompts that just pile demands on the AI. Don't move the camera too much, big dramatic movement, 8K cinematic, and so on. Looks like a lot of effort, but sorry, to the AI, most of those words are just noise. Here's why. They're not parameters the machine can actually execute. It has to guess what big movement even means, and the result usually won't be what you pictured. A standard prompt for an AI video shot usually has 7 parts: shot size, composition, subject, action, environment, aesthetic, and blocking. But that last one's advanced, so for now, focus on the first 6. Sounds long and hard to remember, right? So let's reframe it the way a real film set is organized. Camera team, shot size and composition. Performance team, subject and action. Lighting and art team, environment and aesthetic. You're basically telling the AI cameraman what lens to use, to shoot which actor, under what lighting, doing what. Here's an example. This clip came out pretty nice, right? Let's start from this example and walk through how each part actually works, one at a time, in order. First, shot size. Simply put, how much of the scene you want the viewer to see. A lot of people skip shot size. The result? Every time, the AI decides the framing for you, based on whatever you wrote. In our prompt, just by locking extreme wide shot, we get that big, open frame. Drop the shot size, and watch, the AI pulls in closer, just to make sure your subject gets seen. And if your prompt describes the character in more detail, the AI uses a closer shot to show that detail off. Its way of saying, it heard you. Watch. No shot size, but I add a worn backpack with frayed straps, damp hair at the nape of his neck. And it becomes this. So, the more detail you write, the tighter the shot gets. And the reverse is true too. Otherwise, you're saying wide shot with one hand and piling on close-up details with the other. That's the two halves of the AI's brain fighting each other. And you won't get the shot you wanted. That's exactly why we lock shot size first. The common shot sizes: extreme wide or wide, tiny subject, huge environment. Full shot, head to toe in frame, environment still clear. Medium shot, roughly knees up, medium close-up, roughly waist up, close-up, chest up, extreme close-up, closer still, just a detail, and macro, extremely close, like reading text on paper. Now, composition. You've probably heard names like rule of thirds, symmetry, diagonals. We won't unpack those today. We'll focus on them next episode, image to video. For now, just write composition however you picture it, and see what comes out. Once your shot size and composition are locked, next, you describe what the character actually performs. First, what's a subject? Might be the first time you're hearing the term. Simply put, it's the visual core of your frame. It can be a person, an animal, a prop in close-up, whatever. Basically, the single most important thing in that image. Take my prompt here. The subject is a 1960s movie star. Swap the subject. Say, an elegant older woman with silver hair. And we get this. Or a golden retriever. Notice, we only changed the subject. Shot size, composition, everything after it stayed the same. And the AI's results stayed pretty controllable. Now, some tutorials say subject description changes the mood and texture. Why is that? Because when we describe a subject, we don't just write an old man, a woman, a dog, right? We add finer detail. Age, wardrobe, material, condition. And wait, do those details affect the final look? They do. For example, driving a sleek cyber convertible through neon-lit streets, a chrome jacket refracting streams of iridescent light. Those wardrobe details slowly pull the AI toward a cyberpunk texture. Now add our style tag from before, vintage film style, and the AI starts balancing cyber against film. One word feels futuristic, one feels retro. Can they blend? They can. Just watch the 1982 classic Blade Runner and you'll see. Action is the easy one. Just tell the AI whatever behavior and state you want your subject to show in the scene. The last part of the prompt. Environment describes what kind of setting all that performance happened in. Like earlier, cruising down that sunny coastal highway, that's the environment. You can make it even clearer. Look again at that first prompt, the hiker on the ridge. The environment isn't just a place. You can describe it in layers. Here's a trick. Beyond the background, design a foreground. What's in front of the subject? Usually it sits outside the focal point, so it's soft and out of focus. A foreground gives your frame depth, more like the real world your eyes actually see. This is what a lot of creators mean by add a foreground to make the AI look more real. Say you want a relationship shot with a sense of conversation. You could write it like this. And finally, aesthetic. Your taste instruction to the AI, like vintage film earlier, that's an aesthetic feel. There's a lot here. We won't open it all up today. We'll dig in next episode, image to video. For episode 1, just fill this slot with whatever style words come to mind. Okay, let's recap episode 1. No complicated node editing. I just walked you through one exercise, going from text to a moving shot. Why not reverse engineer prompts from existing videos? Because first, we need a standard way of writing prompts, knowing what to put down to gain control, before we build more complex choreography. That's why we start with single-shot text to video. It's the foundation. When you meet a new AI tool, you'll read its logic fast, know how to write the prompt, know how to fix mistakes. That's the real edge. So after today, you can use this formula to create your very first AI shot. For this whole course, the tool I'll be using is Google Flow, Google's AI filmmaking app, powered by their VO video model. It's the most capable text-to-video setup out there right now, and it's what we'll build on across the series. So if you want to follow along shot for shot, that's our home base. How to do it? It's genuinely this simple. Open Flow, drop into the prompt box, type your text, and hit generate. That's it. Next episode, we'll teach image to video, moving from random generation to precise control. If this helped, subscribe, like, and share. It genuinely helps us out. Questions? Drop them in the comments or join our community and let's talk. I'm Alex, and this is AI with Alex. See you next lesson.